Hello, welcome to day 37 in creating this PHP web framework. As you know, if you watched the previous video, that just put the SSO stuff on hold. It's going to continue with the other stuff, and I will set you up locally again. The only reason I had it online was because of the SSO stuff. So yeah, the thing I was looking into was disabling header and footer elements. And my reasoning behind that is, at the moment you obviously can't see anything like in terms of a header and footer in terms of visually, but obviously it's doing stuff behind the scenes. If I go to Sonar Learning, our education platform, so this is our header. Obviously it's not just visually displaying that. The idea was, okay, imagine if this is created using the PHP web framework. It's not, but imagine if it is. So this part, potentially the sidebar as well, would be in the header.php file, and anything else that you need would be linked through that. So you'll be getting all of our like classes, for example. It would be setting up the database, that sort of stuff. And the footer obviously has the footer stuff, and that's in the footer.php. So it's got the visual side of it, plus it's also got stuff like JavaScript included, and maybe just some inline JavaScript just at the bottom, stuff like that. You might not want that on a particular page. It probably won't happen very often, but there has been scenarios where I've not wanted the rest of it. So I wanted a method for that, and I also made a note previously in here. So you also have the option for selecting whether or not the visual and other stuff should be disabled or just visual. So what I mean is, so imagine at the moment this would be showing the visual plus the backend, but maybe you want the backend stuff, so where it's actually, setting up all of your classes, or basically the framework, without the visual side. So you have an option for that, and also have an option where you can just disable all of it. Because at the moment, if we create a page using like the view system that we've got in our framework, it'll automatically get the header and the footer. And yeah, most of the time that will suffice, but there will be times that we don't want that. So it's going to have a look at how to get around that problem. So in the index.php, this is the first point of call. So if I were to, for example, just comment this out and go back to here, blah blah blah, is moaning about stuff, and that's because it's unable to get the header. So in the header file, what do we have? And let's have a look what we have in the init file as well. So in the init file, is that the right init file? No, it's in the app init file. So that doesn't really do much. App controller, okay. Yeah, that's the core structure of it. And if we go to the header.php file, it's in elements, header.php. So yeah, stuff like this will be more of the framework stuff, and then certain elements of this would be within. So yeah, what we could technically do is, okay, for now, I'm going to do it. You either fully disable it or you don't disable it. And when the need arises, I will add the other alternative method as well. So if we go to index.php, one obvious way is, so we're on the home index page. So if there's a certain, let's say, variable in there, and if it's the first variable, that would disable it. I'm just thinking the need may arise where what happens if I were to comment both of these? So now miscellaneous is not found. Actually, let me try something else. So if I go to app, views, home. Actually, I'm going to create one. We got extra, change log, forum, errors and stuff like the 404 stuff, blog, admin. Okay. Okay, I'm going to create a new folder just for testing stuff. And I'm going to create a file called noelements.php. And in the models, no, not the models, only need that for passing in data, which for now we're not. So in the core ISIM controller, we need a new file called testing.php, and I'll just simply copy and paste it from here just to save time. Just making sure I'm actually recording the video. Okay, so let's just say, okay, let's make sure there's no default one. And this is testing. This is no elements. Is that what I want? No, this is what I want. Thought that did not look right. So testing, no elements, testing, no elements. So if I were to go to testing, so on line 9 there's a problem apparently. Yeah, that was the issue. It does not have a method of index. Okay, I'm just going to say it's a fair enough assumption that the user should, the developer should put an index method there. So that's the thing the developer should be doing. I haven't, but that doesn't matter for now. So if I were to just put in here, let's go some random text. Okay, so if now I were to go to the index.php file and disable this and this, what would happen? So allowed to run it, it's just disabled everything. So if I were to go to the inspector now, have a look, head is empty, body is empty. Heck, if I were to go to no elements, get rid of this, what would happen if in here I were to put a new doc type of HTML, head, body, and p tags and hello world, and now in the head I'm just going to put some style, and the style is going to be body background dash color red. So yeah, this provides us, so if I go back now and let's say I were to go back to the home page, it gives me an error because these aren't included. So really all we need to do is disable these. So yeah, the one way I was saying we could go about doing that is, what happens if we put this first? Actually no, I think we needed, I think there was a particular reason why we had that other one first for certain HTML based stuff. Okay, but so for example, if we were to go back to our testing, for example, actually we need something like this. We're actually passing in data. So testing. So no, this will supersede this one. We'll only have the one, and this is going to be what could I call this? Doesn't really actually matter. No HTML equals false. I'm going to do underscore. No HTML equals false. And that'll be all uppercase. Like so. So the model that we're going to create for this is no elements. So let's just wrap what we're doing in here. So this model, no elements, and this isn't going to be called activation code. Get rid of that. This is going to be called that. This actually doesn't matter what it's called, but I'll just leave it as that. And this is going to be called no HTML again. And if I go to, that needs to be renamed, so it's a PHP file. So in here, yeah, that's all I need to do is that. No elements, and go back to testing. No HTML. Get rid of this. Actually, I won't have a default value added to it. I'll just have it empty like that the way it was before and everything else. So go back to here. This is the dollar. So now if I were to just go to testing, no elements, it's only on activate line 3. No elements. So this would be testing, no elements, And I left that in there accidentally. Okay, so that's back to the way it was. And this also includes everything else. But if I were to go to... Actually, I don't think I would have to go to this extreme. So if, for example, I just did what would happen if I try to echo out? If I put true for if I put that, for example, then I'll try and echo out $_get. Undefined, okay. If I were to define it like this, so okay, so that is what I want. So instead, if I were to put if it equals to false, if it doesn't equal to false, I don't think that's going to work. Yeah, all that stuff is still being included. Okay. So if I were to put anything else in here, that's fine. Wait for it to get rid of it. That messes up as well. So I need to equate for that as well. So I need to if is set. If is set. And put this in here. So what the plan is to check if it's been set first. If it has, then check what the value is. If the value is false, then what we're going to do is create our own variable called $show elements. This now is going to be __ show elements. The reason I'm doing it like this sort of format is chances this will hope to prevent any other usage of it anywhere else. So show elements equals false, and now here if $show elements, that should suffice. That should work. And now if I put underscore underscore, I mean dollar, I mean question mark, if I put nothing there, and if it equals that, sorry, that's fine. And if it equals just false, not false, what if it's uppercase? That's fine as well. So now just do the same for this. And I'm guessing if I were to go back here now, this is the way we want it to be. Yeah, this is Chrome extension stuff, so that doesn't actually matter. And I'm guessing I need that as well. So that's that done then. Wasn't that difficult. And I guess I don't need any of this, so this we can get rid of. Obviously this was just for testing, you would name your stuff differently, but as I don't need this at all. And in testing, if I go back, did I not re-enable it? Oh yeah. What did I delete? Don't think it's in here. Actually, is it? No, don't think so. So let's go back, and we need to create a controller again. Let's duplicate this. No, cannot. New file, testing.php. It's going to be simple, and it'll be something like this. Okay, so now in here, we're going to put testing. Now we're going to put no elements. Copy that, put that in here, change this to testing, and change this to testing, and I should be able to access the page again. Boom. And oh yeah, because I don't have that in there. But the beauty of that is now, so if I go to the home page, for example, and I'll put dollar underscore underscore no HTML underscore underscore equals true. Obviously that will start breaking down the website, and that's only intended for stuff other than it's only intended to be used for certain pages anyway. And yeah, for now what we've got here is fine, and we could modify it at a later date. Separate stuff out a bit. So if I to get rid of this. So now that's all been done, complete. Go back. And the next thing was add MDL to the built-in framework, which is Material Design Lite, made by Google. So I can go to get MDL. and get started. There should be some CDN links right here. Also, I want to go to Sonar Systems MDL Bootstrap. I did create a tutorial, I think almost 2 years ago. Yeah, almost 2 years ago, on how to integrate Bootstrap and Material Design like together. This will help. So if I go to the GitHub page, so from where I can tell, so we got charter, don't think we really need that. Okay, let's go to the header file and let's see what's what. So header, so what we got? Yeah, we can add our own charter, HTTP quiv. Viewport width, initial scale equal 1. I think all that should be okay. I guess the only thing we need to do is really just include the appropriate stuff. So if I go to, first of all, let's go to libs, no, core, libs to include. So we don't have any CSS, CDN libs or JS, it's just built-in libraries. Okay, let's continue. And array. And this is going to be MDL. What version is it? It is 1.3. MDL-V 1.3.0. And let's see if I were to enable this. Also, another thing I need to do after doing this is update the wiki, the documentation on GitHub for this framework to show how to do that disabling of the header and footer. So now I'll save that and go to, let's try to just recap what is going on here again. Files to include. Okay, so in here, this is where the magic happens. Need to do, I'm going to go back and just copy and paste this. Built-in lib, so change this to reflect what we just did. Add this into here. I always like to close off any tags. There is another one for Bootstrap, for MDL. So let's do the same here. And now we need a JavaScript include as well, so just grab that. And grab this. Copy that, and in here. Okay, so now we're done. We should just be able to go to our website. And it should just have, okay, yeah, that's slightly changed with the MDL stuff. The MDL's there, so let's actually go to the Material Design website, get a component to confirm that it's working. I always do like their cards. and the using images, which we don't have. I'll just use something simpler like a button. Yeah. We want the clickable ones, the one that actually, yeah, that's the one with ripples. So copy that into classes, app, in testing. Let's put miscellaneous.php, paste that into here, go to okay, so if we go to testing, miscellaneous, just spelling it incorrectly, just make sure the error 404 stuff is working, and that seems to be all good. Got no console errors. Yeah, that's printing stuff off from a while ago. I have this weird sort of highlight shadow thing. Not too sure what that's about. Could it be to do Bootstrap potentially? So if I were to just get rid of Bootstrap, it seems to be something to do with Bootstrap, eh? Aye. Is there a class in here? No, none of this should. So if, for example, I were to get rid of all of this, refresh, just a regular old button now. And say if it's just a regular MDL button. And what would happen if in the libs to include okay, that's just a version 4 issue, so I'll leave that as it is because it will depend on what version you have, and they won't always interact excellently with each other. So yeah, that's it. And that was just a simple thing. Method for easily loading fonts using a PHP method and a PHP file passed as CSS. Okay, method for easily loading fonts using a PHP method and a PHP file passed as CSS. I think that's meant to be two different things. I know what that's about. Okay, let's check the time. Been over half an hour. Let me just have a quick look at something before we wrap up. Because at the moment, I think my logic behind it was like the files to include something within here. So it would be a method for easy loading in fonts. PHP load font. No, PHP load font. HTML load font. So let's try and simplify this, I'm guessing. I'll come back to this on the next video, and obviously the rest of the stuff as well. I'll probably rearrange some of the stuff. So update frameworks. For I already did that, unless I'm talking about the actual libraries, because if we go to libs, let's go to Google reCAPTCHA. I want to get the version that we have in here. Where are you going to be listed? And that is it, 112. No, I don't think it's that. Okay, let's have a look. Google reCAPTCHA GitHub. I think that would have been it, because we're on 113 here. The releases 113. It looks like we're on 112, so I'll actually put that as the next thing to do. And what else we got? We got hybrid off. I remember updating this recently because there was an issue with the version that we had. Version used to do with Facebook because they had changed up in the Graph API and it wasn't working anymore. So I was thinking, why is it not working? It was working when I first implemented it, and I was trying to change everything in the Facebook dashboard, and no, it was to do with the hybrid auth version. I know version 3 isn't out yet. Well, I believe that it isn't. Okay, still saying it might not be suitable for blah blah blah. So releases, what's the latest? Okay, so 295 is still the latest release, which is what I have. So that doesn't need to be updated. And PHP mailer. Do they have a version here? Well, I think that's relating to the actual PHP, like version of PHP, not the mailer stuff. Okay, 5216 PHP mailer. Okay, so they've definitely got a new version of PHP mailer. Okay, so I had 5216, which is actually quite old now. Just from back June. See what's been added since. So version 6 is still not released yet by the looks of it. Some security stuff. Please update your system as soon as possible. Additional notes. Critical vulnerability. Okay. Sounds like it's something that we should do in the next video. Okay, I will implement this. Hopefully this doesn't break any of the implementation of PHP mailer that we already have. So Google reCAPTCHA and PHP mailer, and hopefully, like I said, doesn't break anything. And then we can go on to the other stuff as well. Yeah. Okay, so this has been day 37 in creating the PHP web framework. Thanks for watching. If you want to contribute towards source code or any documentation, before we end the documentation. So wiki, and where could I put it? It wouldn't be a class-based stuff. Wouldn't be. I'm literally gonna. I am going to just create a whole new page for it. So edit, rip this off. Disable header.php and footer.php on specific pages. Actually, I'm gonna whack this in Sublime. That'll just be so much easier. And I'm going to get a markdown. Yeah. So get rid of this. Don't need that. Remove. It should be disable. And just click to here. Okay, the process is actually simple. To disable the header.php and footer.php file on any specific page, just put a get variable of underscore no HTML underscore equals false in the URL. And what was the format that I used for stuff that was inline? Star, double star. So let's give an example. The following. Do we need break line? I just cannot remember. Yeah, we do. Oh, I'll figure it out in a second. The following URL would be changed like so. Will be changed from to this new URL. So if I whack this in, so this is create a new page, so I'm not editing the old page. Save page. See what we got. Disable header and specific pages. Okay, to disable the header.php and put .php file on any specific page, just put a get variable of no HTML equals false in the URL. The following URL will be changed from that to this new URL. Yep, that's it. That's all I wanted to do. And I also need to commit the GitHub code as well. So I need to resync it up. Now opening Finder. This is what we have. So copy that and in code, just get rid of all of that old stuff. So make sure we're changing the right stuff. In miscellaneous are fine. DB config, I was just setting that back up so you work locally. Yep, that is fine. And yep, that looks all good. So day 37 commit, and this included two things, and they were MDL and method to not use header and footer. Functionality to disable header.php and footer.php file in the on a specific page. And now what will be the next thing? It was added MDL, which is material design light to the framework, to the built-in libraries. Commit to master, sync. This shouldn't take long to sync. Okay, so that's synced. Just want to check one other thing in. Okay, we've got a couple of releases. Documentation now added, blah blah blah. So yeah, I'll do a new release. So draft a new release and go back to it, release, and it was named as dash version dash v.0.0 dash beta 2 beta dash 2 beta underscore 2. Doesn't do much. Adds. I think there's some minor bug fixes from before as well, so should do underscore dot. Do underscore. Okay. Actually, no, I prefer dot. I think the way they're doing it is better. Dot and following things have been changed. So this is markdown. I'll just do some actual HTML. HTML should say unordered list. Li. That really should be markdown. Markdown list. Okay, so asterisk functionality to disable header.php and footer.php file on a specific page. And the next thing was added MDL. Added MDL material design light. Material design light to the built-in frameworks. And there was one other thing, which was the other one, minor bug fixes. like I said in previous video, I'm sure there was minor bug fixes which I never actually put as a release. So tag version number over this. Make sure this has been all synced up. So that's all good. Publish release. Okay, so yeah, that's fine. Get rid of this. So yeah, let's get back to what I was saying regarding, and well, just the end of the video. So like I said, if you have any questions, blah 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 blah. If you want to contribute, feel free to post it on Facebook, Twitter page, on our education platform, sononlearning.co.uk. There'll be a link in the description, and I will see you in day 38.